Unitized construction supplies much of the new degree of safety in the 1941 Nash. So let's see what it is and what it does. Nash developed this design for their new 600 model, a car without the usual bulky steel underframe. Since the body must be strong enough to withstand all the stresses of driving, it consists of a network of staunch steel members running around, under, and over the passenger compartment. Every member is adding strength to every other part, and all are spot welded into one rigid structure, squeak-proof, rattle-proof, and twist-proof. But this fundamental design was only the starting point when Nash engineers laid out the specifications for the Ambassador 8. The Ambassador 8 body is also a self-bracing network of steel, just as strong as the body which maintains its rigidity in the 600, without a separate underframe. But, in addition, a subframe of heavy box-section steel members runs the entire length of the car, tied into a body so strong that it is itself a frame. As a result, your family rides protected by a dual frame, with heavy structural members running under, over, and around the passengers in a cordon of protecting steel. Then, to round out the safety advance achieved by this modern body construction, there's almost 90 square inches additional area in the big windshield of the 1941 Ambassador 8. Then, too, the sedans have 3 big windows on each side to cut down that blind spot off the right rear end of your car. And finally, a big window curves its way right across the back of your car. When you're at the wheel, you have a wide field of vision, almost comparable to that of an airplane pilot in his glassed-over cockpit. Safety again. Then there's driving safety in the Nash dual arrow straight steering, which reduces road shocks before they can reach the steering wheel. And there's stopping safety in the big Nash brakes, with their straight-line stopping action that's positive in the pinches, but cushion soft in more gradual stops. Finally, when you add in the nimble reserve power that enables the Ambassador 8 to step around and away from danger, the result is a car so safe that it meets even the exacting demands of a mother.
But here's a gentleman glancing over a Nash advertisement as he sits in a doctor's waiting room. And being a hard-headed businessman, he's probably figuring the dollars and cents savings Nash economy will bring him.
No, that's not the first thing that struck me about this car. It's a good point, of course. But you see, I'm in the real estate business, and when I take a new prospect out to look at some property, my car's just the first thing he notices. It helps him decide whether I'm a substantial businessman or just a shoestring operator. So you see, I've got to have a car that's impressive, one that looks like real class and is real class.
Mr. Real Estate Man, do as thousands of discriminating buyers are doing right now. Compare the Ambassador 8 with your ideal of a beautiful, distinctive car. Compare it with that eye-catching automobile that every one of us has dreamed up at one time or another. First of all, this is a mighty big car, 121-inch wheelbase and 2¾ inches bumper to bumper. But Nash designers have molded the body lines and placed highlights to make this big car look even bigger than it is. The stainless steel belt molding, unbroken by protruding door handles, carries your eye swiftly along the length of the car. And above that molding, the highlight on the side of the hood continues smoothly along the body. The fender lines add more highlights that are almost horizontal, again leading your eye to report a car that looks longer than it really is.
As for distinction, well, it's built into every proud line of that front-end design. There's no danger of anybody mistaking your Nash Ambassador 8 for any one of the 3 or 4 look-alike makes of car your neighbors drive. Yes, your car is a Nash, with the honored Nash lines built into that clipper prow. Yet at the same time, its design is modern in the best sense. Functional design, features that are both beautiful and useful. For instance, that long, wide stainless steel grille combines with a substantial bumper to make the Ambassador 8 look even lower than it is. Yet the design of that air intake and its grill means more efficient engine cooling as well as beauty, since it was modeled after the air intake of the racing car in which Sir Malcolm Campbell set a 292-mile-an-hour speed record. With the doors closed, there's hardly a running board visible, just a chrome molding which emphasizes the ground-hugging lines of the car. But when the door is opened, there's a man-sized running board at the level of the car floor. Thus, Nash gives you both the convenience of a running board and the sleek, trim exterior of a car without them. And you know, there's more beauty in the glowing luster of the Ambassador 8 finish and its lasting beauty. For every Ambassador 8 is finished in the long-wearing, hard-to-mar Permalux enamel, and every inch of sheet metal under the enamel has been bonderized or rust-proofed to prevent rust from eating its way into the metal.
As for the interior of the Ambassador 8, it's designed with a rare combination of richness and good taste. The luxurious broadcloth upholstery is trimmed in a rich, contrasting shade. All models are carpeted in the same rich, contrasting color. Then, to carry out the accent of this two-tone color scheme, the plastic trim of door handles, window controls, ashtrays, and other interior fittings is also in a contrasting color. The harmony of the whole interior design is typified by the instrument panel. The background color is the same as the upholstery. Control knobs are of colored plastic, while the radio speaker grill provides a gleaming highlight in the exact center of the panel. Thus, for the man whose business demands a big car and an impressive one, and for all the rest of us who have wanted a standout car, a car that's a source of pride instead of just a means of transportation, the car of the year is the Ambassador 8, the car which remains a luxury car, despite the price tag which offers its beauty and distinction at a price which takes it completely out of the luxury price class.
Now, in the days when an automobile ride was an adventure, comfort in a motor car seemed as far away as the mechanical perfection of modern automobiles. But today, a good share of our waking hours is spent in automobiles. We live on the move. And since this is so, let's check carefully into the new comfort and the new convenience brought to us by the luxury car in the medium price class, the Nash Ambassador 8. First of all, the matter of roominess. Front seating width, almost 58 inches, as large as a divan. Rear seat width, 50 inches, more than you provide for 3 guests at your dinner table. 42 inches legroom and 38 inches headroom in the front compartment. And for rear seat passengers, 42 inches legroom and 36½ inches headroom. The seats are soft and comfortable, upholstered with luxury foam sponge cushions that retain their shape far longer. Only a touch on the seat adjustment lever is needed to start that front seat rolling into the position most comfortable for you. Spring-type robe cord and assist cords, 3 big ashtrays, crank-type ventilating wings with safety locks, and adjustable rear quarter ventilating wings. All these bespeak the care with which Nash has planned every detail of your comfort. As for convenience, well, your eye will probably be caught first by the big lighted trunk, especially if it's flanked by an array of baggage that at first glance couldn't possibly fit inside it, but which does fit without cramming or crowding. 27½ cubic feet of luggage space in the coupe Rome, 20 cubic feet in the torpedo sedan, 16 cubic feet in the fastback. There is yardstick proof that the convenience of ample luggage space will be yours in any model of the Ambassador 8. But it is convenience on the road which interests you most. You step through a door that stays open on any hill, a door that doesn't have to be slammed shut since it's equipped with rotary latches. You merely depress the clutch lever to start the car instead of fumbling for a separate starter button. Then, the steering post gear shift lever nestles into your hand and you're off to learn the pleasure that driving can be. You find you're handling a nimbler car than any you've known before, a car you can steer with a fingertip. There's less weight to maneuver, since Nash unitized construction eliminates excess weight, while its rigidity has lent new precision to your driving. From twin windshield wipers and sun visors, clear back to the luxurious center armrest in the back seat, you find that the easy, convenient way has been found to handle every driving task. Then, as the miles float past, you realize that this car is teaching the modern, the 1941 meaning of riding comfort. Big new airplane-type shock absorbers are at work inside the coil springs of the famous Nash front suspension. In this vertical position, they can most effectively soften and control the action of the springs. The same vertical mounting enables the rear shock absorbers to team up for your comfort with the long, permanently lubricated leaf springs. Even this squeak-proof, rattle-proof, unitized body is insulated with a thick layer of exclusive Sans Mortex insulation to hush the sounds of your swift passage.
The adjustment of an instrument panel knob proves that the owner of an Ambassador 8 has comfort at his fingertips, the comfort of the optional and exclusive Nash Weather Eye. From the big intake on the cowl, fresh, clean air sweeps down through filters and through the largest heating core ever factory installed in an automobile. And that heating power is harnessed for your comfort by this thermostat, the brain of the Weather Eye. Once you've set the system for the temperature, which means greatest comfort, the thermostat maintains that temperature within the car, whether outside temperatures rise or fall. Tucked away well out of range of passenger stretching legs, an outlet sends a flood of warm, conditioned air down along the floorboards, spreading the heat so evenly that there is never more than 5 degrees variation in the temperature of any 2 points at floor level. Then, throughout front and rear compartments, the conditioned air circulates evenly and completely. And because the flow of fresh air is ample and constant, there's slightly greater air pressure within the car than outside. Tobacco fumes and stale air are forced out. Deadly carbon monoxide gas cannot seep in. In addition, this panel in the outlet can be opened to send a flood of air more directly to the front seat passengers. Then, of course, in sleek conditions, you'll start the twin defroster blowers of the 1941 Weather Eye, sending their blast of hot air against the windshield. And to climax this record of motor car enjoyment, comfort does not end with the day's drive, for the exclusive Nash bed in a car transforms your sedan into a snug sleeping car. Now, as you have seen, the Ambassador 8 is available in the Torpedo sedan and the Coupe Brougham, a new, roomier version of the 6-passenger coupe. There's also a fastback sedan that'll bring a glow to the eyes of those who prefer the down-sweeping lines of this type rear-end styling. And for you folks who just can't get enough of summer, there's a racy convertible coupe with a full-width rear seat. You can carry 6, and an automatic top does the work for you if there's a quick shower. In the Ambassador 8 series, then, the body models consist of a torpedo sedan, fastback sedan, coupe brougham, and convertible coupe.
The story of the 1941 Nash Ambassador 8 is more than the announcement of a bargain, although a value like this is something that rarely happens in the automotive world. It is more than a record of mechanical improvements, as coldly factual as the blueprints from which they sprang. It's the story of a car that's all things to all people. A burst of rocketing power to the man who demands the superlative performance of a big 8-cylinder engine. New safety, born of new construction, for those who look first for a safe motor vehicle. Beauty, size, prestige for every one of us who has ever wished to see necks craned while driving along. Superlative luxury for every one of us. Modern luxury, keyed to the increased amount of time we moderns spend in our automobiles. This is the automobile that has everything. Everything that you have wanted to enjoy in an automobile, and can start enjoying on the day you sign the order for a new Nash Ambassador 8. Your Ambassador 8. The car whose price, you'll admit, makes it value number 1 in the 8-cylinder field.